All right.
Let's get it.
Yo, 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 we're back again. Another episode of the Grounded Show.
117 in this.
117, dog. We in the Hundons.
Man,
Yeah,
it's
heard me?
crazy. I remember trying to get to 100, and now we're 17 over 100. That's crazy.
Facts, man. Hey, man, when you always ready, you ain't got to get ready. You
That's
heard me?
it. That's it. That's the motto.
But yeah, man, we back again. Right now, it's the Friday before the Super Bowl. And this morning, that new Jello just dropped, the Tweaker remix with Lil Wayne. How you felt about it, man?
One of the main things I thought about, and it's when rappers can recognize, and I don't want to attribute it to the Drake effect, but Wayne knows when to jump on a track when it's hot, and he will spit a verse that would just elevate that track to another level. Like, and I think about it, like, did Jello have choices? And if he had choices,
yeah, that's a. I didn't even think about that aspect of it. That's a fun little angle to think about because remember when it dropped, there was the rumor of Boosie wanted to get on the remix, Moneybagg Yo wanted to get on the remix. So like, I wonder if he did have like people actually trying to be the one that gets on the remix. You know what I mean?
And that's what, like, when you think of a remix, verse, feature, king, who you thinking about?
Facts. And the Drake angle is also something that I feel like regardless of the reasoning, because some people like to discredit Drake by saying that he only took that angle with certain records because he was just trying to attach himself to the hotness. Yeah. But it's like, bro, Drake's the biggest artist, so he don't need to attach himself to up and coming artists. Facts. It's a strategic choice, and whatever the motivation behind it is, he still gave mad shine to a lot of like respected artists in their city. Yeah. Regardless if you think it was like a culture vulture move or him trying to seem street or whatever people try to say about it, it's still like, bro, you're still giving shine. Black Boy JD, bro. Nobody would have heard of him if it wasn't for Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, going up on a Tuesday.
Like, facts.
And one thing about Wayne that I love is like he picks a track. I remember he was on I forgot the name of that group, but that Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada.
Yeah. Krayshawn.
Krayshawn. And he jumped on that, and it's like, bro, it's like if something was fire, and you could, I think as artistry, if like, I could rip this fucking song.
Facts.
Boom.
He gives that like effort and that sound no matter what. Like the Tweaker remix, you heard the verse that Wayne gave, and you're like, bro. Yeah. He was spitting. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't think he goes to the studio thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna get up. Yeah, like, oh, I'm just gonna give a mediocre. Nah, he's trying to rip
he's
shit.
Also not going in there like, oh, I need to elevate some part of my career by doing this verse. Nah, he's like, let me just dabble in this because I can.
Yep, and he just kills it just because that's what he be on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I definitely was excited and pleasantly surprised by that remix.
Yeah, it was good. You sent it this morning in the chat. And I saw it. I thought you sent the original one because I know that's your track. It's got to be loving that track. But then I saw featuring Lil Wayne and I said, hold up. Is this a Wayne feature? I said, nah, let me run that. And I ran in the car on the way to the gym and I was like, here he goes. Here goes Weezy.
And I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm mentioning it so you can pay attention, bro. You're seeing more and more of these tracks and the person instead of featuring the person. Yeah. They're starting to get hip to the idea of, hey,
crediting.
We're going to put these songs so that it hits both of their pages and everybody gets exposed to it. And that's becoming like a thing where it's part of the negotiation with artists. You know what I'm saying? Like if you hit up somebody for a feature, they're going to give you the feature price. Yeah. If you want to say that's a different thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are starting to be conscious of that.
Yeah, it's dual project because there's some people that are going to go on Wayne's playlist and Wayne's algorithm and Wayne's discography on the streaming platforms. And if it's a feature, you got to go to the feature section to find it. But if it's going to be right at the top.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, it's definitely a thing that I'm noticing a lot more. Big Sean's album, all the features are not features. It says "and" for all of them. A lot of tracks that are dropping now are hitting that kind of format, you know what I mean? So it's definitely something to look out for.
Speaking real quick, this is a little sidebar. How do you feel? Why do the Weeknd just dropped his album, right? Yeah. How do you feel about the artists who drop albums and they don't put who's featured on it in the track list?
So
What's the purpose of that?
So the idea behind that is if you announce the features beforehand and then you show them on the tracks, then people are just
Only
going to go
gonna
to
wanna
those
listen to
tracks,
those
and
songs.
that's all they're going to
Alright.
listen to.
It's a
So
good
if
strategy.
you don't post the features on it, people have to listen to the whole album to find the features.
Yeah, that's a good strategy.
Yeah. So, but I also feel like it's also like a thing where it's almost an ego thing too. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like you don't want people to gravitate to certain records. You want them to just approach the project
Yeah.
as a whole thing instead of just trying to pick the tracks, which is kind of the same idea as what I said earlier. But yeah, I know a lot of it is behind that, so
And you
people
think
actually have to
it's
listen.
kind of a precedence that like artists started like I know they still talk about J. Cole went platinum with no features. Is it's like is it because you went platinum because nobody knew you had features or because you actually had no features? So you think people knowing you have features is what elevates the sales and the listens because people know you have features? Is that a reason like they cut back?
I feel like, yeah, for sure. But I also feel like a lot of times these features are like label things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's a politics of business.
yeah,
behind it.
they would probably work together eventually or whatever, but the idea of like somebody always being on someone's album, a lot of times it's just because they're label mates. You know what I
Yeah, that's
mean?
true.
Like, hey, we got this guy too, put him on your album. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure, just for me speaking from an artist perspective, is like you don't want your album to the story to be who's on it.
Yeah.
You want the story to be your music on
Yeah,
it. You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Which is like a funny thing about being signed to a label too. Like sometimes they'll just tell you, "Hey, we need you to put this person on your album, whatever." Like you see these random collabs and you be like, "How did these people hook up?" It's like, no, they didn't hook up.
No.
Somebody made that happen. Like
forced it to happen.
that Young Thug and Camila Cabello song, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know any backstory to that at all, but I can almost guarantee you neither one of them just hit each other up and was
at
like,
all.
"Man, I would really like you on a song."
Nah, at
Like,
all,
you know
dude.
what I'm saying? Like it was probably something that was put together and hey, they probably did enjoy making the music
Oh, of
together.
course, yeah.
But it wasn't something that they just thought to themselves.
Yeah, it wasn't
like,
organic that they did themselves. That's for sure.
exactly, bro.
Wayne ripped that shit though. Y'all need to listen to that.
Yeah, man, and it kind of led into that. I don't know which one was first, but I think it might have even been the same day. But it kind of led into his announcement that Carter 6 is dropping June 6, 25.
25. Do you think that is something kind of trying to overshadow him not being at the Super Bowl?
So that was perfect segue because that's what I wanted to talk about. How it kind of was perceived that way, and there's kind of Easter eggs in the commercial that he did
Insinuates it.
that insinuates that he's kind of talking about that. And like there was an argument on the Breakfast Club where they kind of talked about like, was Wayne trying to kind of like poo on the Super Bowl and Kendrick's performance
Kinda
to kind of like
overshadow
steal
it,
the
yeah.
thunder type
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And the way I look at it, bro, is like I think Wayne, bro, and it hurts me to say this, dog, because I was a Lil Wayne fan when people didn't even like
I'm a
Lil
Wayne
Wayne,
stan.
bro.
I'm a Wayne
Like,
stan.
before he dropped the Carter 1, when people were in Orlando was like, bro, what is this? Because it's that New Orleans sound. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, he's going in, bro. And then when he went to the Carter 1 sound and like he really
switched it
just
up.
took over, everybody was a fan. But I feel like Lil Wayne almost is like thinks he's bigger than he is almost. You know what I'm saying? Like him
I don't know,
announcing the album
man.
that way is like, bro, you're dropping music all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But this is my side, right? Coming from a Wayne stan, there's very minimal number of us today, right? There's a minimal number of us Wayne stans today. But he spans decades. Kendrick doesn't span decades. I get it. I get the relevance today, but they had Usher last year. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I get what you're saying, but I feel like something about Wayne that doesn't give him the air that other rappers have is, for example, he did an album with Rich the Kid, bro.
yeah, he did that with a lot of people.
Like, bro, what? You're Lil Wayne, bro. Why are you making an album with Rich the Kid, dog?
Yeah.
Nobody knows who Rich the Kid is, bro. Like mainstream people,
Yeah, nah.
Plug Talk, bro, that was like a niche rap tune. Like everybody just didn't know what Plug Talk was. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just like if you're a rap fan, that
wouldn't
song
know.
came across your table and you rocked with it. But like Billy down the street don't know
Yeah, I
about
couldn't
Plug
name
Talk.
another Rich the
You know what
Kid
I'm saying? Jay-Z wouldn't do something like that.
Yeah.
Kendrick wouldn't do something like that. Drake wouldn't do something like that. Drake ain't coming out saying, hey, me and Smiley about to do a dual
Yeah.
album together. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog,
Yeah.
people, them artists don't do stuff like that. Wayne
So
does,
do you think he's just way too open, ayo, for
not even too open, but like, bruh, sad to say, dog, but the stuff Gilly be talking about, like, he got so waxed with the music publishing thing that he just got to do things for money, bro.
taking every single
You know what
outlet
I'm
he
saying?
could
Like
possibly get?
if he can't, if he's not making the money off the streaming, he got to make it somewhere.
Yeah.
And people, and the stature that he has and who he is, people will pay him. But he's a work for hire. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't pick and choose the way Jay-Z does and people like that do when you don't have like, bro. It goes back to the thing that I talked about a long time ago on the pod with Prince and Nas.
Yeah.
Nas wanted to collab with Prince, and Prince said, "Do you own your masters?" Nas said no, and Prince said no, bro. He's
So
like,
you ain't on my
I'm not
level."
gonna do business with you if you don't even own your music, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Different breed. No, I get it. But I still think for the performance standard wise, for an event of that size, that the demographic he could reach, I put him at the Usher level. But for hip hop, it's just like decades. He had hits in every single decade.
Yeah.
90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020. He still got some hits. It's just I'm not advocating for Wayne. I'm not advocating for Drake, but I'm saying I understand where the feedback comes where everybody feels it should have been Wayne.
Yeah, I definitely
and-
understand the sentiment.
But
Um,
going back to your point where I feel like that's why he feels he's on top always because of the longevity of it at this point.
Yeah. I could see that angle. I just feel like Lil Wayne, like maybe random people will know who he is at least, but they're not tapped into Lil Wayne like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that Kendrick is more popular like in a broad sense, but the run that he's on right now, bro, it's just something where they gotta capitalize on that momentum. You know,
And I'm not hating on Kendrick. For the record, my GNX vinyl just came in today. I posted that. I played the whole thing front and back twice already. So I'm not hating on Kendrick. I'm not a Kendrick hater at all. But I just feel strongly about the other side for sure.
yeah, no, I feel that for sure. And speaking of the Super Bowl, bro, Lil Wayne's not the only one that's skipping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Other people are skipping, but you know who's not skipping? Trump, bro.
You know what he said? I'm gonna come.
Yeah. Yo, you been killing that beam lately, dog.
Yo,
That's
I be
just
using
so
that for
funny,
everything.
bro.
I'm gonna come.
Yo, it's so funny to me that I don't even want to know the context, bro. I just enjoy.
Really? You
I
don't know
just
the context behind it?
Nah, I just
It's
enjoy.
super simple. Kamala Harris was talking about an event that she didn't want Donald Trump to come there. She didn't want him to attend, and he heard about it. So he's like, "Oh, I hear all this talk about me not wanting to come to an event. Guess what? I'm gonna come. We're all coming." That's one of the greatest sound bites I ever heard in my life, and I will wear it out until I possibly cannot wear it out.
You seen how Patrick Mahomes and like Jason Kelsey are catching flack because they basically came out with the answer of like, oh, it's an honor to have a sitting president come see the Super Bowl and stuff. And then Jalen Hurts was a little more reserved in his response. And people are kind of taking it like, you know, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey are taking a pro-Trump stance, and Jalen Hurts is not.
But you know
what
why, though? Think about this. The winner of the Super Bowl is going to visit the White House.
Facts.
And I pretty much guarantee if the Eagles were to win, a lot of them wouldn't be going. And if the Chiefs win, I bet you a lot of them will be going.
I would agree with you, but I don't know, bro. I feel like the Eagles would go. All of them would go because how much I've seen people switch up
Oh,
this
yeah.
this year.
But who didn't go? What was it? Was it the
The
Warriors?
Warriors didn't
The
go.
Warriors
Yep.
didn't go.
I think the WNBA team that
The
won those
Aces
years, they didn't
they
go
didn't go.
either.
Okay, so
Yep.
there are teams that don't go.
But it's like, bro, I feel like I've been seeing so many people do a 180 on Trump just because they felt like there was no chance.
Hmm.
And then when they were like, bruh, he's the president
Yeah,
again.
and that's what you got to think of. Like, that's the dude in charge. Is the president. I'm about to visit the White House. Am I going to pass up an opportunity to win a championship and visit the White House? Because that's a full blown ceremony. That's a process.
Yeah.
You win that. You go to the White House. You do a bunch of tours. You have the parade and all. Like, you want to be against the system at that point to fulfill what comes after winning the championship. It's a tough decision to make.
It's funny, bro, because I always think about it like, imagine you had some dude in your neighborhood that you just ain't rock with, so you always avoided him. And then you got a job somewhere, and he was a supervisor.
Hey, what's up, my guy?
Yo.
What's up, my guy?
Yo, facts, bro. It's like at a certain, I don't know, bro. It's like I can see
Yeah.
both sides of that one because it's like
It's tough.
People want to stand on business, dog, but when it's gonna mess with your
Yeah,
everyday
that's
life,
true.
bro.
Because it's a longevity behind it. It's like you got 4 years. If you want to win next year, there's influence, there's politics, and if you want to be on the right side of that, that's everywhere. So you can't be mad at that. That's everywhere. You want to be on the right side of politics. When you're at that, when you're at performing at the high level, working at the high level, anything, you want to be on the right side of the politics, no matter what.
Yeah, facts. Especially when you're in the business of business, bro.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
business is numbers, business is data, business is metrics.
Yeah.
When you put too much feeling in it, bro, like you're not gonna maximize the effort that you're giving. You know what I mean? And that's just how it works, bro,
Yeah.
from the beginning of time. And there's a lot of people that feel a certain type of way when people quote unquote switch up on stuff like that. Something that comes to mind is Ice Cube. Remember when Trump was president the first time?
Yep.
He tried to work with them on some kind of black reformation type of initiative, and people were criticizing him.
Yep.
And he said, "Bro, he's the president.
Who else are going to work with? Yeah.
If I don't work with him, there's
Well,
there's
yeah.
not another president." You know what I'm saying? So
gotta
it's
wait
like,
4 years to do it again. Yeah.
and when you take that leadership role, that's like the extra responsibility you have. You
Yeah,
got to
people
be around
expect
people
you
you
to
don't
do
rock
that.
with, bro. Like that's what it is, People like me and you, we not in them roles, so we got the benefit of if we say we don't rock with this person or we do rock with that person.
Doesn't change our day to day.
It doesn't change our day to day, but people that it actually does change the day to day, that's a whole different bag of worms, bro. Is it bag of worms? Can of worms.
Can of worms. Yeah.
I was thinking a bag of tricks, dog.
I've had a bag of worms only when I went fishing.
Yo, facts. But yeah, man. Something that we talked about last week when we were talking about the 2024 music, but then when we switched into 2025, because you had mentioned the Bad Money album, and I forgot that was a 2025 joint. So after we talked about the Central Cee, I had mentioned that I wasn't really impressed with a lot of Central Cee's recent stuff.
Yeah.
And then he dropped the album early 2025. And shout out to Yoda, man. He was actually the one that told me because I didn't even know, bro. Like, I'm a Central Cee fan, bro, and it didn't come across my algorithm that he was dropping the album. Like, at all. Like, I didn't know, not even almost, bro, until Angel said, hey, it's dropped. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't got a chance to really, like, check it out, like, top to bottom all the way and, like, really, really, really tap into it. But so far what I heard from it was pretty dope, man. Like, I rock with a lot of the tracks on it. I will tell you this, though, man, and this is kind of like the angle that I wanted to take and get your opinion on. So, for me, I'm Puerto Rican, but I'm not a fan of reggaeton.
Okay.
The reason I'm not a fan of reggaeton is because of the very, very repetitive nature of the music.
Okay.
A reggaeton beat is a reggaeton beat. You know what I'm saying? It's going to sound how a reggaeton beat is going to sound. And it's like, there's some that break through that I'm like, yo, those are dope. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, this is reggaeton. I don't want to hear the same beat every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Central Cee's album is all drill.
Mm-hmm.
All drill beats. So I'm trying to figure out if I don't rock with half of it because it just gets repetitive to me, or if it's just not hitting like that.
Gotcha.
Because I feel like a lot of the tracks are dope, and I like some of the features he got on there. I like what he's saying. The joint with Dave is dope. He got a joint with a Spanish artist on there. That kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, oh dang, Central
Who?
Cee. Young Miko.
Young Miko,
maybe?
shut up. You
Yeah.
got a track with Young Miko? That's my
Yeah.
boo.
Let me just double check, but I believe it's Young Miko.
Nah, you just definitely try to influence me to listen to that now.
Yeah, I'm gonna confirm real quick. I got it open right here.
Nah, Young Miko.
So the album is called "Can't Rush Greatness," and yeah, it's Young Miko.
Damn, all right, nah.
Song called "Gata."
I'm gonna listen to that on the way
So
home.
he got Young Miko, 21 Savage on it, Dave on it, which is a UK rapper that's super
Yeah.
dope. Lil Durk, Skepta, which is another super
Oh, yeah,
dope
definitely
UK
not
rapper,
Skepta.
and Lil Baby with the Band for Band because it's
All
on
right,
the
I
album.
might listen to this the whole way home. I'm not gonna cap.
But I'm not gonna lie, the album is dope.
Yeah.
But like I said, bro, I don't know if I'm kind of like not giving it a super thumbs up because of the repetitive nature of the drill.
There's only so much you could differentiate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just drill New York hip hop too, with like Ice Spice and all those tracks too. It's like it's a repetitive nature in that you have to like kind of branch off from what it's used to sounding and just kind of manipulate it in some way that it doesn't sound like the repetitive
I
shit.
feel like when you use the same type of beats over and over, you're not making music. You know what I mean? Like not let me kind of scratch that a little bit because I'm not trying to downplay the art that they're making.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is it becomes so formulaic that you're not even exploring other flows. You're not tapping into
Yeah.
other things.
I get that.
And it's sounding like what it sounds like. It's drill.
Yeah.
Drill. He's dope. I want to hear him maybe on a dance hall type beat.
Yeah.
Maybe on some like
rhythm.
Timberland type bounce
Yeah.
where it's hip hop, but it's like a different kind
Just
of
not all drill.
yeah, not all drill. Like so,
I
I'm
get
hoping he kind of like explores those lanes because I really like his sound and I like the type of music he makes. I like his lyrical ability, but to me, bro, drill all the time is too much, bro.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
But that's the thing about this Bad Bunny album, because I know that's what you started your point off with. It's a salsa album, and the first track is New York, set in Puerto Rican slang, Nueva York. And he's like, "How you gonna call Bad Bunny the king of pop when I got reggaeton and dembow?" And then he says, "That's 3 genres," and then the rest of the album is salsa. That's what I'm saying. Like he could use reggaeton beats every single album, every
Facts.
single song. He doesn't. That's what I think that just differentiates the level of artistry, whether stay in your lane or branch off and make something different than just what everybody's used to it.
Yeah, and he's the artist. Like he's the level of artist and the type of, and not even level as far as success, just his artistic ability.
Yeah.
He's the level of artist that he just got a voice and a sound that he could do whatever he wants
Yeah,
and
he
it'll
can.
sound dope because
He's
he's
Spanish
carrying
Drake.
the joint. Spanish Drake. That's a good way to describe
I've
it.
told
Bro.
everybody he's a Spanish Drake.
Yo, shout out to my cousin, Galdiel. He's a super dope artist. He makes like reggaeton and everything.
Yeah.
He put me on a Bad Bunny when he showed me a video of Bad Bunny that when it had like less than 100,000
Yeah,
views,
yeah.
and he's like, "Yo, this dude right here, he's about to be the one."
Yeah, I got a boy just like that who do the same thing.
And I peeped him from there, and like, bro, after my cousin told me that, bro, Buddy just took off,
Yeah.
bro. And shout out to my boy Danny, man. My boy Danny, he did the same thing with me with the baby.
Yeah.
He showed me the baby when the baby had 20,000 followers, bro.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, this dude right here, he's about to be the next one
blow
up."
the fuck up, yeah.
And you saw
There's,
what happened.
there's
with the
very,
baby.
very low artists, very a handful of artists you can recognize. Like Bad Bunny did 3 tours, sold out tours without even putting out an album. Like there's not a lot of artists who've done that.
That's a crazy level. Like, bruh, what you just said for people to like really take that in,
Yeah.
bruh, 3 major tours,
Off
no
all features.
album.
All features.
Literally, bruh, he sold out tours just off vibes.
Yeah.
Like, that's
All
crazy,
features
dog.
and maybe 2 or 3 tracks that he did his own, and that's why he brought everybody with him. Like it's just crazy. I don't want to get into Bad Bunny rant, but we can one day. But no, it's a good point. Like Central Cee has the ability, and it's the artists who are so good at what they do, be good at more than that.
Facts. And Central Cee's still young in that like
Oh
major
yeah, he got
artist
time. He
jersey.
got
I mean,
time.
major artist journey. So he definitely has time to
Yeah.
blossom and stuff. But I would definitely like to see it because I enjoy his
Well,
music.
for those people to be on his album and have those kind of features at this level and being a overseas artist, I'm about to listen to that on the way home.
Yeah, bro. I think you're gonna enjoy it, man, because it's definitely a dope sound. And like I said, he's a pretty dope artist, man. I was pleased overall with the album, and I gotta add some of the joints to my rotation.